everybody, Katrina here with Gal Gone Camping. Welcome. I am in the Edamay 2 again today. That's my camper van, and I've been doing some projects in here, some upgrades, and I finally got done with one that I've been working on for a while. I'm super excited with the way it turned out. I have fixed a permanent counter space in my van. I had what I had before was just a makeshift job, and it really it really didn't look very good, so I did something that looks better, and it works better. It was working really well so far, so I'm going to turn the camera around here and show you what I did. Okay, so there it is. I kept the same piece of wood that I have, which is really nice. It's a good, just a perfect width for a countertop for what I need. So I kept that. So what I did was, and I'll tell you about the curtains and everything here in a minute. So before I had, I used the plastic bins, the plastic drawers like so many people use. And there were, it was a stack set of three drawers, and I had 2 of them. So, that worked good, but the height wasn't really right for what I needed. So what I did was, I cut those drawers down to just the two of them. I love those little stackable units because, you can fix them however you want to. So that worked well. So before I just had the piece of wood. It was laying on the counter on the drawers, and I had it bungeed in, and it looked horrible. And I had a tablecloth over it, which it worked, like I said, but it didn't look well. So what I did to make it more permanent, and you guys, my carpenter skills, okay? I'm not a carpenter, but I'm all about using what you have and doing everything low cost as possible, being thrifty, doing everything on a budget. And I love to use what I've got. So I'm going to turn it back around here. So I had some scrap wood. So I used that, and these are just furring strips that I had left over. And so I made legs for the counter. So there's 4 legs. You can't hardly see that. It's right up against my bed, so it's kind of hard to see. I'll show you over here on this side. So there are 4 legs. I braced it in the center as well to give it some support. If you can see back there, there is the back leg. Okay, these had been painted. They were going to be used for something else, and they were left over. So, I'm like, why not use this stuff? So, made the legs, screwed those into the wood, and so now that gave me a countertop with legs. So, I just kept the plastic bin drawers here turned to the side, because if I had them coming straight out, where the drawers opened from this side, then it was a little bit too wide. So this, by putting them sideways like that, it makes them pretty much the same width of the counters, just off just a little bit. So anyway, that worked well. So but I wanted to cover it all up when it wasn't in use. And so to make that work, instead of using a rod or anything like that, which I tried a couple things, but this worked out best, was just I put a little hook, a little what do you call them, cup hooks, yeah, the little small size cup hooks into each side of the top of the counter. So that gave me something to hook the bungee cord to, and I had one that was just worked perfectly for the length. I needed it tight enough to where it wouldn't sag, but the length mattered. So it was the perfect size, and it still was strong enough to hold the curtain up. So it worked out great. So what I did do, because it did want to drop just a little bit, so I put another hook right in the center, and that way, when I close the curtain, it has something to meet up with there. So that way it keeps it all linear looking. So, and now the curtains I used to have them as a privacy curtain in the van, so I had them left over. And as you can see here, I cut these off, but what these were just little loops. but it didn't work because when I tried to put them on the way they were, then this drooped, it drooped down too far, and you could see it was like way down to here, so it didn't look right. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to cut those and tie them on to see how that looks and if it would slide on the bungee cord. So I did, and it does still slide. And I actually love the way the just the little frazzled edges look. I like that, and I like the little ties. It makes it look a little more feminine in here, I think. Yeah, I can be a feminist. I'm a camper, but I'm a girl too, so I like things to look a certain way. But anyway, I love this. So it really keeps everything out of the way, and it's not hard. Now I'm going to do some more storage solutions in here, but for right now, I've got these little tubs right here too. Like, this is all my lighting stuff. Down here is all the cutlery and plates and cups and all that. So, and wash pans down there. And in the back here are some other things like for cooking out on a fire. There's a rack and that kind of stuff that's not used all the time. So there's a place to stick stuff back in there too. Here's one of my big skillets. And that's a good, well, it'll slide, but I'm going to put it somewhere else, but that's just temporary right there. So anyway, this is how it turned out, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So that slides back, my curtain, and it covers everything. So also, I'm not a carpenter, and you guys, I'm also not a seamstress. It's funny because my mom is an excellent seamstress. She used to make my clothes when I was little, and she's a quilter and all that. I never was interested in that. You'd think I would be, but I'm not. So anyway, this works the perfect size counter. And when I have a chair in here, it's just the right height for, I can work on my laptop. I can fix something to eat, use my stove. I can write. I can do whatever. I can get ready in the mornings, put a wash pan there or whatever. So it works out great. And once again, on these ties, I just cut the loops off and tied it. And then what I was saying about the sewing, this was this much too long. So I just hot glued it. And like I said, I'm not a seamstress. I could have done that. I mean, it wouldn't have been hard to tack that up, but it takes way too long. I have no patience either. And I wanted to get this done. So it works out great. I'm happy with it. It works for me. So I'll be showing you some other things that I'm going to be doing in here as well. So pretty happy with how this turned out. And like I said, you guys, just use what you have. Look around. Look around in your shed, your storage, your closet, things that you have left over from other projects. You can put them to use. So just be creative and think about what you can do with what you have. Save those dollars, okay? All right, you guys. I hope everybody is doing well with the quarantine situation, the virus. Can't wait till it's over so I can hit the road again. I mean, I've enjoyed having some extra time to do things like this right here. But, I had some trips canceled because of this. And hopefully things will be back to normal soon and can get back on the road and bring you guys more adventure. Okay? So y'all take care and have a wonderful day. And I will see you later. Remember, don't wait to live. See you down the road.